Greetings to all of you. I'm called Gerard, and I'm here to pass through some few questions in science. It is better you follow up. Things necessary you need to be with a pen, a ruler, a pencil, and a book. Where necessary, I shall tell you to get any other material that is required. So the first question we are talking about there is, say the best way of making water safe for drinking. So water can be made safe for drinking, and the first question is, what is safe water? Safe water, amazzi agali safe, normally call it amazzi agali safe, but now you can call it amazzi agatalina bulabe. But that safe water means that water without germs. Water without germs we call it safe water. So there are very many ways of making water safe for drinking or removing germs from water. Things like distillation. When we carry out distillation, we make water safe for drinking. Things like using of chemicals. We use chemicals, we make water safe for drinking, etc. But all those methods we've talked about, they have side effects or disadvantages. So the best way of making water safe for drinking is boiling. For boiling, we just kill the germs. All the mineral salts, they remain. That is why normally they pose a question saying that why is distillation not a good method of making water safe for drinking, is because water loses the mineral salts. But the best way is boiling, because in boiling, we only kill the germs, nothing else. So our answer there becomes boiling. So that is our answer there. It is boiling. Then we go to question number 2. Question number 2 is saying, why are reptiles regarded as cold-blooded animals? So there are two types. Animals are grouped into two based on temperature, how they regulate temperature. So the animals can be grouped in any. You can be grouped in based on the way they feed. What do they feed on? How do they feed? Etc. But also animals can be grouped into some groups based on the way they regulate their body temperature, the way they control their body temperature. There are animals that regulate their body temperature, so their body temperature remains constant irrespective of the environmental temperature. The temperature the temperature of the organism remains constant. So we call those ones warm-blooded animals. Then there are those ones whose body temperature changes with the environmental temperature. Environmental temperature will get mu temperature ngirimu 0 degrees Celsius, na temperature yefuuka 0 degrees Celsius. And one of the examples, they are the reptiles. So why are they regarded as cold-blooded animals? We say their body temperature, their body temperature changes. Their body temperature changes their body. So our answer there is their body temperature changes with change in environmental temperature, or their body temperature changes with change in the temperature of the environment. So whenever the temperature of the environment changes, also the body temperature also changes. So clear there. Next is number 3. How is dysentery and trachoma similar in the way they are spread? Bifanagana bitya. Here the question is very open. Nti bifaanagana bitya the way they are spread. Zisaasanyizibwamu. So whenever they talk about spreading, you look at the vector. You remember the vector. We said these are the living organisms that spread diseases. On that point, therefore, I don't allow learners to say that the vector is cause. So they ask you, what is the disadvantage of house fly in a home? You say they cause diseases. No, the house flies, they spread diseases, not causing the diseases. So how is dysentery and trachoma similar in the way they are spread? So our answer there is both are spread by a housefly. Both are spread by a housefly. So write it there, write it down there. Both are spread by a housefly. Because trachoma is spread by a housefly and dysentery is spread by a housefly. So that is the similarity in the way they are spread. Then another one. Why is crossbreeding taken to be important to a cattle keeper? So when we were talking about breeding in P6, we said that breeding is the mating of cattle in a controlled manner, or in a controlled way, or in a desired way. Okay? So choyagala chokola bogamba nti I met this animal with the other, you're doing what you're calling breeding. So there is that way of breeding where you get a local breed, you cross it with an exotic breed, you get a new breed. The new breed that comes is the new breed that comes as a result of that mating becomes a crossbreed, not a crossbreeding, but a crossbreed. So there, why do farmers always do that? Until you find that the farmer has cattle, but his cattle, they produce less milk. Those are normally local breeds. You find that the farm, his cattle produce low quality milk. Those are exotic breeds. So you find that a farmer wants to improve on the quality of the milk. So that there comes the reason nti lwaki omufaamu yandikutte ente enzungu gy'alina agimeetingise n'ente eri loko oba ngando baki naye waliyo n'ennyankole. So the reason why the farmer does that is to improve on the quality of the products. So it can be to improve on the quality, to improve the quality of products. Improve the quality of products. Improve the quality of products. Even other answers are correct. There are very many there. You can also say to improve on the quality of breeds. You can say to increase on the amount of products produced. You can say improve on the resistance of cattle to disease. Everything is there. Another one. Oh, sorry. We never answered the question very well. The question was asking, why is crossbreeding taken to be important to cattle keepers? So we say, instead of saying two, we've just given the importance. So I told it is good to know the language of the question. So we say it improves instead of what we've written. We say it improves. So even other answers, we write them that way. We say it improves the quality of the products. Next, identify any one characteristic of wind-pointed flowers. So as you said in primary 4 and primary 6, flowers can be pointed by animals, wind, and insects. So let me pose a question. Are insects animals? Are insect animals? Okay, we shall answer that question. You note that question, you will ask it in the questions you will ask me. Are insects animals? Are birds animals? Okay, we shall open our minds later. So we have insects, we have birds, we also have wind. So birds, you said that one of the among the birds that pollinate flowers, you talked about what we call the hummingbird plus the sunbird. That was just a recap. But wind-pointed flowers, they have their characteristics. They are very, very many. But let us talk about at least 2 of them. We say they don't have nectar. We say they lack nectar. They lack nectar. They lack nectar. Please, these are the correct spellings. They lack nectar. They lack nectar. You can also talk about, you say, they don't have scent. They don't have scent. They don't have scent. They don't have scent. Please, the spelling of scent is that one, not the scent of the past tense of send. So even other things, they are there. They are dark colored. Those pointed flowers, they are wind pointed flowers are dark colored. Another day they will ask you why are they dark colored? Because there is no need to attract any organism. Because for insect pointed, they have to attract flowers by having brightly colored petals. But for the wind pointed flowers, there is no need of being brightly colored. So you can also talk about being dark colored. You can also talk about things like having featherless stigmas, non-sticky stigmas, very, very many things there. Sorry for that disturbance. Okay, so another question is there. How is elephantiasis spread? You know very well that elephantiasis is spread by what? What spreads elephantiasis? 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 Hope it is the Culex mosquito. So we say, because they are asking, how is elephantiasis spread? That question simply means elephantiasis abeera ne ensiri abeera ate n'ava ku nsiri eyo n'agisiigibwa omulwadde omulala. So you say through, because I said we use through when the question is asking how, or by. We use by, okay? Through bites. Bites. Bites by the Culex mosquito. Culex, by the Culex mosquito. Bites from the Culex mosquito. By the Culex mosquito. So what was necessary there is knowing that the Culex mosquito is the one that spreads the elephantiasis, as simple as that. Next method that is used to control soil erosion in hill areas. So you talk about things like terracing, terracing is there. We talk about things like like contour plowing, contour plowing, contour plowing, things like planting trees. There are very many there. Another question is there. Why is the displacement method used to measure the volume of a stone? So, because most of the objects, they have the way we measure their volumes. For example, the volume of a box, we measure it using length times width times height. But for the stone, we use another method which we call the displacement method. Why do we use given methods for the other objects? Is because for them, this is a box. But for a stone, they have different shapes. Okay? So the why do we use the displacement method is because the stone has no definite shape. You see? The stone has no definite shape. Definite shape. So that word definite means the shape yayo teri designed nti buli jjinja lyo lifaanana bweri. Osobola osanga ejjinja nga lifaananamu ng'ebox ate si box, like that. So that is what we call this, having no definite shape. So we talk about another thing. How is the pinna useful in the process of sound transmission? So normally the pinna, so you talked about the ear while studying about sound energy. So the pinna is that outer part of the ear that is what you call the ear when you were still young. That outer part of the ear is what we call the pinna. Its function is to collect the sound waves. We say to collect and concentrate the sound waves into the ear. Because collecting is okunganya, concentrate is kuweereza. Okay? So we say to collect and concentrate sound waves into the ear. Okay, that is the function of the pinna. So if you forget the word concentrate, you can just say to collect the sound waves. Then another question there: which immunizable disease affects the lungs of man greatly? So the first word to note is immunizable. So that is you are going to talk about has to be immunizable. So the best answer there is tuberculosis. Tuberculosis with that spelling, tuberculosis. Which vaccine do we use to vaccinate tuberculosis? I know you all know. You use the BCG vaccine. BCG in full. BCG in full, please, members. BCG in full. You all don't know? I know you all don't know. It is Bacillio calmette guerin. Okay. Number 11. Talk about number 11. Why is chlorophyll in plants so important in the process of photosynthesis? Mugaso gwakyo gwa chlorophyll in the process of photosynthesis. Because you said among the conditions necessary for photosynthesis to take place, you talked of sunlight and chlorophyll. So how is chlorophyll? Why is chlorophyll in plants so important in the process of photosynthesis? So the function of chlorophyll, we say, it traps. We say it traps. It traps. It traps. It traps sunlight. It traps sunlight. So for it has to traps kukunganya okubaka sunlight. Hope I'm clear there. That is the function of chlorophyll. Then what about the function of sunlight? Okay, you will ask me that question in the time during the time of questions. The function of sunlight. The function of sunlight is to excite. It excites the chlorophyll molecules. But I shall explain it further. Then next, we talk about number 12. Apart from marasmus, we identify another nutritional deficiency disease that greatly affects children. So the nutritional deficiency diseases, they are very many, but apart from marasmus and scurvy, you can talk about what? Rickets, with the easiest spelling. Rickets. Another one you can also talk about kwashiorkor. With our good spelling, kwashiorkor. Please master this spelling. Kwashiorkor. Another one would be beriberi. Another one would be pellagra. It would be very many of them. Pellagra, night blindness, to mention but a few. How is a compound leaf different from a simple leaf? So there are two types of leaves. One is called a compound leaf, and another one is called a simple leaf. How do we identify a compound leaf? We identify a compound leaf by seeing that leaf has more than one leaflet on the same stalk. The leaflet, what is a leaflet? Leaflet kyoyinza okuyita ekikoola. Okay? Leaflet kyoyinza okuyita ekikoola. More than one leaflet. Ekikoola, but without a stalk, a leaf stalk. So we say, how is the way we identify the compound leaf is that leaf that has more than one leaflet on the same stalk, but the simple leaf has only one has only one leaflet on one stalk. So we say a compound leaf has more than one leaflet. On the same stalk. So here in this question, how is a compound leaf different from a simple leaf? They're asking you the difference between a compound leaf. So you use the word while, our comparing term. While a simple leaf has only one leaflet. On a stalk. Hope you all know the stalk. By this class, you have to be knowing the stalk, what the stalk means. what you normally call the leaf stalk. Okay, you go to number 14. So for the previous question, I want to pose a question there. Is a cassava leaf a compound leaf or a simple leaf? So after knowing, after proving, after understanding what I've said up there, you will know that a cassava leaf is a simple leaf, not a compound leaf, because the compound leaf has to be having completely divided leaflets. But for the leaflets of the leaflets of the cassava, they are not completely divided. Okay, they are not completely divided. So also, okay. Also, we add there this word, that word there. Let us add it there. We say more than one completely divided, because also that one is crucial. Thanks be to God, I remembered that. More than one completely divided. Okay, sorry. Completely. Okay. Let me first. I'm having a problem with my computer here. Okay. More than one completely divided which word is this one? Completely divided leaflets. Completely divided leaflets. So the word completely is very crucial. The word completely is very crucial. Without the word completely, you will get problems. You will get problems. So completely is very crucial for that statement, because I've said that makes the cassava leaf to be a simple leaf, because for it the leaflets are not completely divided. Name any one example of a compound leaf. Examples of a compound leaf, one can be acacia leaf, acacia leaf, Okay, that is one of the examples of the compound leaves. Then why is hydrochloric acid important in the stomach of a man in relation to the digestion process? One, because we need hydrochloric acid is one of the juices produced in the stomach. So the function why is it is produced there, one of them is that it kills germs in food. It kills germs in food. Okay, it kills germs in food. Next, it can be provides suitable medium for action of enzymes. Okay, that is it there. That is why we need hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So hydrochloric acid there, it also activates the enzymes because when we were studying about digestion in P5, they told you that pepsin is produced in an inactive form. We don't produce it as pepsin, we produce it as pepsinogen. So after there, it is being activated, it becomes pepsin. Okay, we continue. Next is, which component of blood enables transport oxygen to all body parts of man? So you said that there are four blood components. You said that there are white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, and plasma. So the function of the red blood cells is to transport oxygen to all body parts. Another one, the white blood cells, they are for defense against disease-causing germs, and platelets, they are for blood clotting. Another one for plasma. Plasma is for transporting other materials like hormones, digested food, wastes, etc. That is the function of plasma. So here, these are red blood cells. Red blood cells. Question number 17. You suggest one way in which the human skin makes use of the light energy. How does your skin use the light energy? So they normally tell you go for sunbathing. Sunbathing, I don't know whether you know what it means. Kokota kasana. So that morning sunlight there, it is used by the skin to make vitamin what? You all know it. You've said it also. So it uses, you say, it uses morning sunlight. Morning sunlight to make vitamin D. D has to be capital because it is a vitamin. Okay, so that is the only answer there. Then they are asking, in which part of the female reproductive system does conception take place? So I told you, after fertilization taking place, fertilization takes place in the, we all know that it is the oviduct, or what we call the fallopian tube. So what we form there is what we call the what? The zygote. The zygote moves it down and it goes to the uterus. After moving to the uterus, it attaches itself to the uterine walls, what we call implantation. After implantation taking place, the attachment of the feet of the zygote onto the uterine walls, we say that conception has taken what? Has taken place. So that means that conception takes place in the uterus. In the uterus. Okay, we'll continue. How is the pulmonary artery different from other arteries? You know very well that all the arteries carry oxygenated blood. And I said that the pulmonary, they do the opposite. The pulmonary artery transports deoxygenated blood. So when you look at your drawing of the heart, the pulmonary artery transports blood that is not deoxygenated from the heart to the lungs. When it reaches the lungs, it becomes oxygenated and it enters the heart via the what? The pulmonary vein. So why is the pulmonary artery different from other arteries? We say it transports deoxygenated blood deoxygenated blood, yet other arteries transport oxygenated blood. So that is the answer. So it also applies if they were asking that how is a pulmonary vein different from other veins? So all other veins, they carry deoxygenated blood apart from the pulmonary vein, which carries oxygenated blood. Hope we are together there. Number 20. Talking about number 20 there is, to which group of simple machines does a panger belong? To which group of simple machines does a panger belong? So the panger, so they are, we said that they are double inclined planes. Once a side and a side, but the sides are slanting. That is what we call double inclined planes, and they are found in what we call wedges. Wedges. They are called wedges. So the panger belongs to wedges. The panger, the axe, etc. Then another one is, why is crop rotation regarded to be a good farming method? Crop rotation simply means planting different crops after seasons. So bw'osimba nosimba kasooli kuluddako ng'osimba ebijanjaalo, okusimba kuno ebijanjaalo nga kuluddako osimba ebinyeebwa. That is what it means by crop rotation simply. So I've ever taught you and I explained to you what crop rotation means and how it does its things. So among the things of crop rotation, we can say the first one, we can say it controls pests and diseases. It controls pests and diseases. So I explained that concept there because I said that a pest for a given crop would not be a pest for the other crop. Pest for maize would not be a pest for beans. Okay? So that means that when you plant the beans after planting maize the other season, the pests of maize would not be having food, so they will suffer, they will lack food and die. Okay? So the same applies to diseases. The diseases that attack maize will not attack the beans, so that means that the diseases are done. The germs that were causing those diseases, they will die because they will lack what to eat, and the conditions will suffocate them. So question number 22 is going to be done by you. So we write it as exercise. Question number 22, 23, and 24. Question 22 is saying, set one element of PHC that helps the prevention of killer diseases. 23, how far away from a water source, from water, should the construction of a PT latrine be? Another one is, suggest one way that peer messages can safeguard P7 candidates. Wish you well. That marks the end of our today's session.